And we'd also like to take this opportunity to give out the second Services Excellence Award. The next category is HR Services, and the award goes to Madonna.
Sir. Thank you.
ASSOCHAM needs to be congratulated for organizing the event, particularly to give awards to winners in services sector. As my good friend Mr. Ravi was saying, services are today the very dominant driver of India's economy, which is already 2/3 of India's economy. And I have already prepared a vision where India's economy will be $5 trillion, services will be at least $3 trillion. And when India's economy will be $10 trillion, in another 15-16 years from now, definitely by 2035, it should be at least $6 trillion plus. And to make that happen, for the first time, we have prepared a plan and chosen 12 champion sectors of services, for which Cabinet has already approved 5,000 crores. So more than what we are expecting, 5,000 crores has already been approved. And these 5,000 crores will be invested into development of these 12 champion sectors of services. So I am already working with the states. We already identified the states from where these services will come, which are those services which will have a value of upscaling so that they can be used globally. And therefore we are already working on implementation of this plan. Many of these sectors have prepared their comprehensive action plans, and therefore we are working with the industry as well as with the states. Other key element of services is globally export of services. In fact, we'll see over a period of time that service exports will be far more than merchandise exports. And I'm happy to say that the merchandise export, only merchandise, if you add services, it will be large. In 17-18, our exports, merchandise exports alone, was the highest in the last 6 years. Highest. Others we have negative growth. Now with the 17-18, we have got the highest growth. In first few months of this current year, May, June, July, April, May, June, and now July currently, it is already more than 20%. So this is unprecedented in the recent times. And this does not include services. If you add services, the growth even will be very high. But at a time when merchandise exports are facing the biggest ever challenge globally, because of so many factors now influencing the global trade, India's exports are rising. That is because we have prepared a complete strategy where, and this is what I have been working for the last 6-7 months that I have been a minister, that which country will export, what products will export, and that all both country and product is dependent on market research. And for that, now implementation of strategy has already happened. We had a first meeting with East African countries in Uganda about 4 months back. Another one in Southern Africa, in about all the Southern African countries. Now we are doing it with West Africa, and we will also do it with North Africa. In addition to that, with Latin America, we already done that with 20 countries, and now I will be going to Central Asia to promote exports there. So it's based on not just that we'll go there as a tourist, that will of course promote service export, because if you travel as tourist. But if you travel with a strategy and implement a strategy, work with the governments. So last few months, I must have met and interacted with at least 150 countries, ministers, delegations over a period of time. And that is to promote export aggressively, which is now resulting into some concrete result. But at a time where the world exports, Japan is facing serious challenge that exports are declining. China's problem, every country is facing problems. But in that context, India's exports are showing good results. But we like to make sure that we'll also do more, and the services will be the major driver of global economy. We'll see service export rising more than merchandise exports over a period of time. As it is, this is a growing trend, and therefore we have chosen this idea of well-championed sectors with 5,000 crores to begin with. We can even add more to push these exports. Now I just saw the title of the book, and that is Quality and Standards. So quality can come when we have standards. So we are aggressively working in my ministry to set standards for all products that we make and also all services that we deliver. If you don't have quality, nobody is going to accept your services. Just imagine we are in the business of services, but some of you may be providing IT-related services. But suppose you go on a vacation with your family. At that time, you don't get good service. You'll say, what is the quality of service? But what about us? Because we are also providing services. So when we expect service to be provided by from where we are receiving service, is it not our obligation to deliver the same quality of service? We go to a doctor and we'll say that doctor's service is not good. But what about us as a tourism? That whether we are providing good service to the doctor when he was traveling as a tourist, so we have developed the habit of finding and finding at the other person. They say actually in India quality of service is not good because we are talking about doctor. But what about me? I am also rendering some service. So unless we take it as a combined challenge for the society and stop this blame game that he is not doing that, so forget what others are not doing. If we start developing these services, and therefore quality is going to be important, because without that quality, neither in India nor globally will be able to provide those services. And therefore service quality is going to be extremely important. I remember, and Mr. Raviji was that time also working with me because he was in PhD Chamber of Commerce that time president. We are working on quality of service of power when I was the power minister. I said, what is the just giving power is not important. What about quality of service? If the voltage fluctuates like this, all the equipments go bad. And therefore, the quality of power is a responsibility of grid operator. We are expecting that you put stabilizer at your home. It's a waste of money, of course, good for those who make stabilizers. But otherwise, it's actually economy as a whole we are losing. So quality of service is going to be extremely important. And therefore, I wish you focus on that. And I have to go for parliament and I have to answer a question, so I cannot go even 1 minute late. That's why I'm looking at my watch. I requested it. But despite the fact that I wanted to come, because I really feel this subject is important, and so is our ASSOCHAM. So my association with ASSOCHAM is ASSOCHAM, so association. So I think ASSOCHAM is probably association with chemistry. So we are association with you as well as chemistry with you. So I think I'm saying the other point, and very important point, is we are pushing, and that's what government is doing. We are aggressively pushing two things globally. One is allowing professionals to travel, because this is a contention. How can we have a service delivery without a professional being there? You can transport a good, a merchandise, without a person being there. But you cannot render a service unless person is present there. So we are pushing that globally. Second thing we are pushing is, and this is what I am aggressively pushing, is trade facilitation services. Your trade facility is good, but trade facility service is extremely important. That will open a very big market for India. Therefore we are working on that. Same is professionals. If doctors, lawyers, chartered accountants, architects and others will be able to go and render the services, there will be a big market. And one more thing that is important is, and I think that's going to be very critical, is our standards of making professionals pass out the examination. Because many times we face this problem, because countries say that, you are a professional with this qualification, but he cannot deliver in terms of quality. So even education, which provides this professional qualification, has to be properly, and that itself is a service in itself, because education is a service. But unless we create top-class professionals, professionals. Just but we'll provide access to the market by making agreements with the government, but never succeed. So I think we should try to work on that. Also internationally, globally, we are pushing is that wherever now we'll make free trade agreements or any type of agreement, we are saying that agreement cannot be only confined to goods, but has to be services. Therefore, that again will open a huge vista for all of us. So therefore, we are working on it. I'm very happy that all of you have won and done well. That's why you won the award. So let me congratulate each one of you. I wish I could give awards to everybody, but I think you already given me a responsibility of being in the parliament. So that's my primary responsibility. And therefore, I need to go there. And I wish you all the success and hope that in future you will actually set a standard for yourself. And that is what ASSOCHAM should try to do. So the best way is to have self-regulation. Set our own standards. That this is the minimum standard I will do. And if a particular company in an industry is not complying with those standards that we have specified, he will not be a member. That's the only way we can specify standards. And therefore I think we should try to work on that. And that's the only way we can actually keep improving our service delivery to global players. So thank you very much. Congratulations to all.